Believe in yourself even no one believe in you. When I started Spy Thai Spa in 2005, with no money, less than $1,000, your beliefs are so strong. You send that energy out. People can hear it, can feel it, and they want to support you.
The beautiful thing about your story is you come from such humble beginnings.
You go hunting, you get a big fish, anything, everyone cheering. I just love the feeling of the community. I would like to bring this warm community everywhere I go. And that's my purpose in life.
You are like this ideal woman.
I have this dream that I would like to open a space where people can reconnect to themselves, mind, body, and the spirit. The landlord asking, how are you going to start a business less than $1,000? And I told him, I'm full of energy and belief and joy, and I believe I can do it if you give me opportunity.
You literally built something based on like an energy exchange. You had such a strong belief, and I think that's something that people need to remember, that no matter what you're going to create or what you want in your life, you have to believe it in your mind and your heart before you create it, because that is what is going to allow it to come to fruition. Welcome back to Redefining Love. I am your host, Tara Portelli, and today's episode inspires me, and I know it's going to inspire you too. There's so many of us out there that get in our own way. We doubt ourselves because the things that we want to create, we have yet to create, which means that we're journeying into the unknown. And no matter what your situation is right now, whether it's you're struggling financially or you want to create a business but you don't know how you're going to come up with the money, there's so many limitations that we have in our minds that hold us back from the bigger things that we want to do in life. My guest today is Nuttha Goutier. She is the CEO and founder of Sabai Spas in Vancouver, currently running 7 locations in communities across the city and about to expand in a franchise model across North America. But the most inspiring thing about her mission isn't that she's building a spa. She is building a wellness center that creates community, helps you to connect with yourself on a deeper level, helps you to nourish yourself and your soul so that you have more bandwidth and more love to share with the world around you. Her mission isn't just about creating very authentic Thai spas. It's about bringing people together and creating community. She brings all of her knowledge from her small village in Thailand, where they literally had to catch their food and were so poor, yet they always put aside money for self-care. Her story is empowering, inspiring, starting this from just a small amount of money, believing in it so deeply that she was able to create her vision just on belief alone, knowing that that would carry her forward and the universe would support her. Please help me welcome my guest, Nuttha. So I'm excited to welcome you, Nuttha. Thank you so much for being here. You and we met at the Mastermind in Miami because you're going to have an episode on women in power. So I love your story. I felt like you inspired me so much. Like I could have sat there the whole time and just talked to you because you are like this ideal woman. You are a woman in leadership, and the beautiful thing about your story is you come from such humble beginnings, and I really want to get into all of that. But right now I just want to share with people that currently you are the founder and CEO of Sabai Thai Spa.
Yes.
And you have 7 locations in Vancouver. And you're working on franchising this out. And the beautiful thing about your mission is it's not necessarily for self-gain. This is actually about the betterment of humans. And I'm so excited to get into this conversation so we can share that. From coming from a small village in Thailand where you guys were very poor and you had to grow your own food and you had to catch your own food. So Can you share with us? I mean, I know a little bit about how you were 8 years old and you already became an entrepreneur at such a young age. So, can you share a little bit about what was it like living in this village in Thailand?
Yes, let me bring you back to my village. When I grow up, my grandfather is the first generation to that land. Because if you go to that land at long time ago, you can clear cut your own land to make your farm. You can pull the weed on the swamp to make the rice field. That's my grandfather, third generation, and my dad also in that generation. They're helping. I actually born soon after that. I can still see with my dad generation that they clear cut the land, pull the weed out from the swamp to make the right field, and everybody working so hard. Nobody have money, right? It's people might have like a 10 or $20 and a whole family, the household income. But that's one doesn't matter. People don't feel bad toward themselves. They just, okay, I have to work hard. I have to get the farm. I have to go hunting, fishing, and all those kind of things. It's just so natural, right? People just, okay, I have to do this and do this, do this, and they're just not like think more than that. It's just that's the focus. And what I learned from that village is the power of community, is the caring. The people were just caring for each other so much. Like, if someone's sick in the village, many people will go over and sleep over and look after without asking. If someone want to harvest your rice farm, 20, 30 people just show up in your rice farm and help you to harvest your rice. If you want to build a house, all the men will come with the hammer, and all the women will bring like a chicken and squash or veggie and a pot, and they will go and cook food for everyone. And that what driving me today. And I just love that feeling of caring, loving the community involvement. The money is not really matter, right? Because when you actually help each other, it doesn't seem the money really issue. Of course, everybody poor, and that time, we have to go hunt for food and things like that. But it's not really main issue. People sharing. If people raise a cow, when they kill that cow, they share, right? If you go hunting, you get a big fish or anything. Everyone sharing. I just love the feeling of the community, and that everywhere I go, I always tell myself I would like to bring this warm community everywhere I go. And that's my purpose in life. That's my journey. And when I start the Sabai Thai Spa, I start with that. The first thing I start is the journey. How can I get people feel belonging? How I can create more community? I want people that are working there feel cared for and they feel belong, feel like a family, feel like warm. I want the customer who come into a spa, the first step they come in, they feel that warmness of the cultural and the care and high hospitality, and the quality and the journey, the whole experience. That when I started Spy Thai Spa in 2005, with no money, less than $1,000
Wow.
but I have this dream that I would like to open a space where people can reconnect to themselves, mind, body, and the spirit, and the whole journey of self-care. And self-care should be part of life. And that what I believe, that why I would like to create a space for it. With
Wow.
no money.
Yeah.
And the power of the community is everywhere. People show up for me. I find a space. I went there and asked the realtor. The realtor connect me to the landlord, and the landlord asking, "How are you going to start a business less than $1,000?" And I told him, "I'm full of energy and belief and joy, and I believe I can do it. If you give me opportunity, I guarantee I never miss one paycheck, one rent check for him."
Wow.
And I just can't believe he give me that opportunity, that his kindness, that give me that chance. It's like I didn't know him, right? It's just but he did give me that opportunity. And then after that, so I get the lease, I get the key, and so what? I never done the business in Canada before, and what should I do? And I don't know. I just have the belief. I just believe in myself, and then I'm going to do it. But amazing enough, miracle happened. The power of the community, that where I coming from my village, it showing up in here as well. They have the power of magic. I have the lawyer show up. Oh, I can cooperate your company. Just give me 5 massage, and the film set guy. I can help me to look like teak wood, like a Thailand lobby or Thai house. Just give me 20 massage, and another person, I can help you paint this one. Give me 10 massage, and website person, give me 2 massage, bookkeeping and cleaning, and just so many people coming in, just showing up, that I just like, wow, this is the power of a community, and this thing just happened with a lot of energy. I believe when your belief is so strong, you send that energy out, people can hear it, can feel it, and they want to be part of it, and they want to support you to
Wow.
achieve your dream, your goal.
So
It's miracle.
so inspiring, because it sounds like, you know, that you literally built something based on like an energy exchange in a way. Like you were just like, it's just, you had such a strong belief. And I think that's something that people need to remember, that no matter what you're going to create or what you want in your life, you have to believe it in your mind and your heart
Yes.
before you create it, because that is what is going to allow it to come to fruition.
Yes.
And like, where do you think this optimism came from? Because I mean you're living in a small village, you're learning so much, you're helping your family, you're coming from this really beautiful community, and I think this is so important when you're coming to North America, where we are so divided, as you probably experienced when you came here. We all kind of take care of our own selves or our own families, but not necessarily like each other. And you like, where do you think that driver to believe in yourself came from? Like, was that ingrained in you as a child?
That's what I learned when I grow up on the village, what I see, what I hear, what we do. And that belief is in me, and I carry it with me everywhere I go. Like I said, for everyone, believe in yourself. Even no one believe in you, you just believe in yourself. And that what I have so strong in me, right? I just like believe in myself. Even no one believe in me, I believe in myself. That is the power of belief. And that what I believe, that people can feel those energy. And I believe in here people want that too, because when I move here, everywhere I go, I always get people together in a community. Where I live, I have a big, a whole bunch of mom group, right? And then we just work out together, and then just fun. Even my kid go to preschool, we get connect, and everyone's, wow, this just a good community here. And with the logo that where I'm going, and everybody always know each other, connect each other, kid hop into one person car, have play date, and just so much fun. It's just everywhere. I think a lot of people here want it too, and then they do have many areas that have that. I think the barrier here is just too formal, proper. Like we have to set the appointment, we have to make a time to
Scheduling.
to scheduling. I think that barrier. It take away of that. Oh, can I just hop in and see you? Just
Yeah.
I think that it take away of the feeling of the community a little bit in there.
No, it's more like scheduling an appointment as opposed to like connection, right? And
Yes.
when you're always like, oh well, I'll only put you in at 2 o'clock because I've got all these other things. But I think that the important thing in that is to really make it a priority, right? Because I think that human connection is something that can be so healing for each other. And like when we're all going to go through difficult times in our life, and I think it's important to be connected to each other and to have that support group. Actually, I heard something yesterday that was really sad, and it was that there's more people right now that suffer from loneliness than ever before.
For me, everywhere I go, even a friend is that, like you, same thing. If you come, don't need to make appointment. You can pop up in my house, my office, anywhere, anytime. I tell all my friends, just come and do it. You want, just be comfortable. I'm not gonna get mad at you. If do something, just come and just belong and just get along. Whatever you're doing, we just go through this to that. Like, I think it's in a mindset too. Like, if something does not happen exactly what we expect, and we seem to get upset, I think is if we can get more flexible, it's okay actually when people just show up at your door without scheduling. Actually, it's pretty good too. Like, it's fine. Like, it's fine. Actually, you can just go along. Okay, pop up for your dinner. You just pop up for dinner. Same thing in my village when we want to go out. Not going out. When we want to go for lunch or dinner. If I want to go to your house, I'm not going to tell you. I'm just carry my big bag of sticky rice and my food. I just walk over, and then you would do the same. Everybody did the same in the village, right? And then you just, oh, I want to have dinner with this person this evening. I'm just, here we go, carry my food over, and yeah, I'm just coming, and people just welcome you with a smile and happy and have a company, and then the whole journey, the conversation, and actually become very joyful.
Yeah, no, and I feel that too. Like, so I'm living currently in Mexico and I'm trying to create community there. So sometimes I will host like a little dinner or something at my place. But sometimes I feel like not everybody has that generosity mindset. So you might end up attracting in people that, especially if you're someone that gives a lot, you might attract in a lot of people that take and don't give back. Do you ever find that you go through that?
I go to a lot of people, very most of people are, when you sharing a real generosity and truly care for that person, the people can feel it, they can hear, and then actually, even the not generosity type person, actually they come in to become generosity. What
Oh, I
I
love that.
experience, yeah.
Wow. I never really looked at it from that lens. So thank you for that. I feel like you're right. I think if you can just crack someone open just a little bit and open up their heart a bit, because I feel like a lot of people close their hearts off because they do feel alone and lack community. So it's important. So just the more that we share and we're open, we can definitely impact each other. So I want to take you back a little bit because in speaking to you prior, like part of your story that really resonated with me was when you were sharing about how you left your small little village and you went and you worked in Bangkok, which was a big city for you, right? Like you were 23, I believe,
I
around
went
there.
to go to Bangkok for 15.
Oh, you were younger than that. Wow, you're
Yes.
15. You're so brave at such a young age. So you go to this big city, you start working in spas, and you start like meeting new people and like from internationally, right? Because I'm sure there's not a lot of tourism happening in your small little village. And it really inspired you to come to Canada. So can you share a little bit about like what was that like and where did you get that bravery to leave your village and go and work in a big city and then eventually relocate to Canada?
The reason I come to the city is, of course, one is adventure, but the another reason is the truth is I just want to go to the city to make more money to support my family, right? And that is more like the core of it. But adventure is part of me, like, oh yeah, go to the big city. And when we live in the village, we never see people from the other country, right? Just only the village people. I go to Bangkok, what big eye opening for me, and it's just like, whoa, just to navigate to a city not quite easy. I try to find a job first beginning, looking to a different job and try to not get trapped in a human trafficking, right? Because that time is quite a lot in Bangkok that happening. And then I get a job, beginning to go to the shopping mall, looking for the sign, hiring or help one in a shopping mall, and eventually I get into an import export company, work there for a year, and doing so well, I learned the whole system. I help every department, and actually I learned doing so well, and my boss actually wanted to promote me to be a manager. And then because of the year, I just feel like because I love wellness so much, and I just like, oh, okay, import and export company, it's good experience. But I left the company, and then my cousin and her friend said, oh, would you like to partner up to open a beauty salon in Bangkok? Actually, we did at 17. We actually opened the first beauty salon in Bangkok with 3 partners, right? Just me and my cousin and her friend. We start working, nobody no experience, everybody from the small town countryside, and then come to city and like want to do something. The lack of experience, no market research, doesn't know how to do marketing and things like that. That restaurant, not restaurant, the beauty salon are not doing well, and then we have to shut down. And after that, okay, I need experience. That when I start to work in different beauty salon, different hotel, different resort, different spa. Again, experience from that. While I'm working on that, I start to meet with a lot of people. Like, oh, there are different type of people here, Oh, they're different country. Oh, now I start to learn a little bit more. And after that, okay, I really want to go see the world now, right? Because after from the village to Bangkok, now I want to see the world. And then on that time, what I thinking on that time, oh, the only way for me to see the world to get the job, work permit, because I don't have money. And I did get a job offer in New Zealand, Australia, and Canada. I choose to come to Canada because there is far as possible that I can come. That's it. Only one thing, one reason. I did not do any research. Nothing. I thought is North America is just futuristic because I saw on TV they have rocket ship, what about talking machine and fancy, car and things like that. I thought I just arrive here with a futuristic country. But big surprise, not, I actually get a job in the cowboy ranch.
Right. Not in the middle of a city by any means, like in the
No,
middle
not at
of
all.
nowhere. Wow. Okay, so you ended up in this ranch in British Columbia,
British
correct?
Columbia,
Yeah,
yes.
in the middle of nowhere, and it wasn't just a normal arrival. You didn't take a commercial flight, arrive in like Vancouver International Airport. Like how, share with everybody like what your experience was coming to Canada for the first time.
Yes, but because my imagination is I'm going to see something super fancy. I landed in Vancouver airport, and my boss, pick us up, and then he actually have private airplane. We go to private airplane, a folk plane. Actually, I said, wow, this is real futuristic. I totally make a good choice to come here. Exactly what I imagined. Wow. I get on the airplane, and then we fly over the mountain and the mountain and the mountain. And he said, here we are. We arrived. I looked down from the airplane. It's just one ranch with forest as far you can see around it. We landed, and we walked to the main lot. It's like a log building, right? Like a full log building. Is beautiful, beautiful ranch, like a cowboy ranch. It's just beautiful. It's a resort. And the cowboy come and greet me, hey, howdy, with the bell, with the hat. I couldn't understand a word he said at all. I just like, okay, maybe I'm just jet lagged. Maybe my English wasn't good. I just couldn't understand. And it was very hard for me because it's first time for me to move from my hometown to Bangkok and to the different country, different language, different culture. I was very sad. I cry almost every night, at least couple of months. And then I want to go back home. I miss my mom. I phone my mom every single night. And then after that, I just tell myself, I can't change where I am. I should change who I am. I need to open up my heart and learn about Canadian, learn about Canada, and learn where I am right now. And I have to adapt it. If I try that, and if I not understand, not make it, and then I can go home. And then I tell myself after that, I start to learn horseback riding, how them to train horse, and hiking and walking and go panning, and like sightseeing, and just try to understand. And what I discovered that when you open your heart, you find a different world, different thing that you love. I find a new love that wow, actually I love it. I love a whole Canadian thing, and actually I'm really enjoying it. And Yeah, I fell
Wow.
in love with Canada after that.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, a massive culture shock for you to come to
Yeah.
Canada and learn. Like you, sounds like you knew a little bit of English, but then to learn it, and then, but then to be in those moments where you were so sad for so many months. I mean, I can relate to that. I remember when I first left home and I moved to university, and it was like 6 hours away, not like that far, but
Mhm.
still like just being completely in a new place with like new people and learning everything, and definitely not a culture shock, but it was still a challenge, and you do have those moments where you just want to give up. And I think, a lot of people would just kind of give up, but you found this inner strength.
Almost. Yeah, I
Yeah.
almost did. Every day, every night, I woke up. Okay, next tomorrow, I have to tell my boss. That's it. I don't want to complete my work permit. I have 1 year work permit. I should tell them every morning. Okay, tell them tomorrow. Tell them tomorrow. I want to keep up so many times, but I did not, because I did not. Now the door opened to different way. Right. Second year, I found my husband, and then my life go on in Canada. Now I went sharing my little piece of Thailand in Canada. Like, that's it. When you not give up and believe, I just believe, okay, I believe in that. Okay, I believe I can learn, I can adapt, I can, understand the culture here and Canadian country, right? Canada country. And then I should learn from it. I did. And I'm so glad I did. Yeah.
It's so amazing. So I was thinking about your spa and how actually I had been to your spa before I even got to meet you. And I just wanted to share with everybody like my experience, personal experience with self-care and self-love. And I do want to get into that as well because you come from a background of practicing Buddhism and you have very beautiful beliefs that you're trying to bring here to Canada, which I love. So, my first experience even going to a spa and taking care of myself because I had so much guilt around spending money on me was probably around the age of 38. So I literally didn't ever go to the spa. I never got a facial. I never even did a massage. Like it was crazy. So I remember I went to, it was on, when I was living in Victoria, which is on Vancouver Island, and I went to the Oak Bay Resort.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I went, I probably told you the story, but I went into the shower and they had this like eucalyptus body wash and it was so amazing. And I had spent the whole day in this outdoor spa, which overlooked the ocean.
Yeah.
And I was just in so much awe that I actually welled up. Like I was actually like tearful because I'm like, I had sacrificed myself for my job for so many years as a paramedic, where it's a very selfless and very thankless job. And so, we're always giving ourselves away. We're not actually pouring that same energy and love that we give to others into ourselves. And I was like, this is so important. Like, this can shift you if you actually spend time in pouring energy and love into yourself. And I felt that for the very first time. And from that point forward, every birthday, so we're getting better. It's every birthday,
Yeah.
it's annual now.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to take myself to the spa on my birthday. So I
Yeah.
ended up in your spa without
Yeah.
knowing you. And I
Yeah.
just remember you had a membership program.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is so amazing. Like, I was living in Vancouver at the time, North Vancouver. It was in rainy season. So it was like downpour rain for 3 months straight. And it was my birthday. And I took myself into your spa and I had like the best experience. I had a facial. It was so amazing. All the products were so nice. And the woman that did the work for me was so amazing. And I just remember you had this membership program. And I'm like, I'm leaving Vancouver, but if I ever come back to live here, like I'm definitely going to become a member at your spa. And then when I met you, I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. Like I had been to like a few spas before that, but yours was definitely something that stood out to me. And I think especially because of the level of service and the level of care and you feel the love when you walk in the doors to your location. So tell me, what has it been like for you to kind of break into that lack of self-love and self-care that most North Americans seem to have for themselves?
I totally see that in here. People are way ambition, like a goal oriented, and just, what we're missing is the self love and self care. And when I saw that, I just saw the gap. Like, oh, wow, people here need to learn more self care and self love in here, and that's why I decided to open a spa, because I need to. My goal at that time is I need to educate one person at a time, whatever my ability to do. I just convince, encourage people one at a time. If you take care of yourself, get massage, self care. It's same like a routine, like same like we brushing your teeth and things like that. Body need the same. We need massage, facial, anything that we care for ourselves. It's the same. It's like a routine. Imagine this: if you do that weekly, it change who you are. You become more kind, more genuine. You think more clear. You become better version of yourself, and then that is the immediately effect that you get. But the long term effect is you in preventative of the future sickness, right?
Yes.
You become holistic healing. Your energy flow well, your circulation, your body, your joint movement. You're gonna live longer. Like if you invest in that money for many years, you might help to extend your life for another 5 years, 10 years, who knows, maybe longer, right? But the meantime, the main benefit, you feel better at the moment as well.
Yeah, it's interesting that you talk about that because I feel like a lot of people really don't put a lot of energy or thought into preventative health. And like it's either you're going to pay for it in pharmaceuticals and doctors and specialists, or you're going to end up paying, or you pay for it in advance. You feel good. You don't have to suffer with any chronic illness. And, the benefit is that you get to
The
enjoy
journey.
your health along the way, right? So, um, no, I really love that. And so there was something actually that you wrote that I wanted to read to people because it was really beautiful that you wrote this. So I just want to read it. The question was, what has been the relationship with yourself? And you said, even at my lowest points, I've always carried love for myself. That doesn't mean that I didn't feel pain or doubt. I did. But deep down, I believed that I was worthy of care, even if I had to be the one to give it to myself. That self love kept me moving forward when everything felt uncertain. That is really powerful mindset to have. So, you come from a background of practicing Buddhism. So, share with people what is the belief system that you grew up with?
Yeah, Buddhism is the loving kindness. That's the main key of Buddhism. Like loving kindness is, you love yourself, you be kind to yourself. If you love yourself and be kind to yourself, make you feel good. And that is the true happiness. Is in you, not just what you get. Like doesn't mean you get a lot of money, get a good job, or I have to achieve certain thing. I have to have certain high education to make me happy. But actually, the happy is a self love and self care that make you truly happy and joyful.
That's
And for Buddhism, we what we get taught in Buddhism is the living with the moment, living with the present. Like the moment is a joy, right? And you live with joy at the moment. And the past is already past. You just learn from it and just carry that wisdom, not the weight. And the future is yours to shape it with your intention, your action, and your belief that you can shape your future. And for us, it's just living at the moment, and that's it. Is the moment in your mind, and I think your mind is get taught a lot in Buddhism. Is it what you call again? How my dad always say, like a good thinking. Can translate in English properly. When you have a good mind, you have a good thinking, right? And then also you say something good. Anything not good, you just let them go. Acknowledge this, acknowledge and let them go, because life is not perfect. Everybody life is always, you will have a different stuff ongoing with different person, but we can learn to acknowledge. If we have the pain, we acknowledge the pain, and then okay, now let them go, because how long you want to hang on to it. You could, what you want to do next 5 minutes, next 10 minutes, next hour, next day, next week, next year. You want to hang on to that, or you just acknowledge them. Okay, this is the pain that I have, the suffer, the sad, or whatever, right? And then you let them go, throw them out. And now, okay, when you ignore it and let go, now you can allow yourself to live at the moment. When you allow yourself to live at the moment, now actually your mind more clear, and now you can have your thought about the future. Okay, the future is from your action that will shape your future. And that what we, a philosophy of living. And self-care is the same thing. Over there, they're always thinking, we try to do everything first with the holistic healing. We do the herbal steaming, herbal compress, herbal medicine, eating some kind of herb and vegetable, and get massage regularly and self-care regularly before we get sick, right? We always, okay, we do our best to care for ourselves first and self-love first before we go to see doctor, right? And then in here, I learned it's a little slightly different. People, I get lower back pain or headache, they go to doctor right away. They get painkiller, and then you take one, and then after that it's not getting better. Okay, now you increase your dose and more. But instead, you could do some stretching, 5-minute meditation, get a massage, and then just a basic care for yourself. You will reduce those lower back pain or headache pain, right? A body, when we're getting older, our body eventually will get tighter, tense, achy. Is coming in. That's natural of aging of human body. And that's why if we care for early age, your body will care for us later. Same as the car. If you take care of your car, you do the oil change, and then your car will last longer. It's the same.
That's so true. And yet I feel like people don't really compare the body with a car, but it's so true because like I studied holistic nutrition, and like part of my conversation with people is like, you would change the oil in your car because you knew it would last longer. You're not going to blow up your engine. But why wouldn't you take care of your body the same way? Like, would you give it crappy oil? No, you would give it like good quality oil. So the same with the body, like giving it nourishing foods like fruits and vegetables, which will support our bodies, right? Or like self-care and all of these things that you're speaking to. So, I mean, the biggest challenge I think that people have with this idea, right? We're so programmed to believe that that we have to work all of these hours. And unfortunately, now in this day and age with the cost of living, you have to work a lot. How do people get around the mindset of justifying the investment in themselves? Do you have any like ideas around that? Like a lot of people would be like, I can't afford it. Like I can't afford to go to the spa.
Yes, I have this lot of conversation with many people. Okay, I can't afford it. And then I said, no, everyone can afford it if you see the value of self-care, that how important. The same thing like you said, like if you don't change the oil in a car, the engine will blow out. Our body, if we don't care our body, eventually our body will break, and mentally, well, explosion as well. Exactly the same. If we value a self-care is so important, we can put the fun on the side, right? So we usually be eating out, we go shopping, we do a lot of things that we can care even once a week or even once a month, right? It's something that we can put the money on the side for it. A lot of people saying that, oh, I said, yeah, I from the country that a lot of people are farmer and they don't have money. They still put the money on the side for self-care. Their salary like a $60 per month, and they still able to save some to self-care, right? They will rather to do our own home cooking and using other herb. My experience with one of the other, I have many customers. One of them, a few of them said now, but I'll bring one up. She's single mom, 3 daughters, and she say exactly the same. Oh, I can't afford it. I have to pay for my house mortgage. I have to pay for my kid to school. No way I can get a massage. I love it, and I feel better. I feel so good about myself every time I come to the spa. but I can't afford it. And I said, I explained to her the same thing. If you care for yourself, you're going to become a better mom, better version of yourself, and then you'll probably perform better at workplace. And anyway, she said, oh, no way, I can't afford. And then after that, whatever, she gone for a month or two, and then she come back. And then after that, she come every single week. And then I just like, I have that conversation with her. How can you afford it? You said you cannot afford it before, and now you come every single week. And then she come for many years. And what she said, oh, I stopped shopping before. I always, when I get stressed, I always have to buy something, right? Pair of jeans or do something. Usually, a pair of jeans is over $100 anyway. It's already one massage. And then she's all like eating out, right? You get stressed, work so much, and then she just not cooking and eating out, and she just order food in. And she said that only those two things is already helped me to come to the spa weekly. And now, because the kid saw that when she come to spa, she become a better mom, better version. She more kind, not yelling, calmer, and the kid love it. And then they all end up to do home cooking. They're eating more healthy. They don't eat out anymore. They feel better. Her skin actually look better too, because when you start to eat healthier and care for yourself more, and your mind feel better, actually you look better from inside out. And the kid is happy, and she can afford it, just like that. I have some guy, same thing, and then he said I can't afford it, and then after that he said, oh yeah, I drink a couple of cases of beer, and then he just stopped drinking and actually become a better version of himself too.
Wow. And that's the beautiful impact, right? That it's really, I think, what we choose to spend our money on is really our priorities. And so if your priority isn't your health, then of course you're going to spend it on other things like, like clothing, like I mean, not clothing that you need, but like more like emotional like maintenance, right? Because a lot of people are emotional shoppers, emotional eaters, emotional drinkers. Like it becomes a distraction. But if you can shift that mindset and kind of come back to this place where, you know what, I'm not going to do the thing that I know isn't good for me. How about I try this other thing and invest in myself and my health? And again, like I think about that, and I think about how much I meet people that they feel like it's a selfish act.
Yeah.
And so it's even like getting over that mindset that this is not selfish. Like you become a better human, and this is what you were sharing with as your Buddhist principles. Like
not selfish.
no, it's like the more you put love into yourself, the more love you have to share with others, right?
Yes, I noticed that too. When you bring it up, people feel guilty here to take care of themselves. Like why? Like we in my culture we don't have that at all. Like okay, it's okay. It's just parts of a DNA, parts of living. It's just so normal that nobody feel guilty on that. And I guess it's our country is older, right? It's already over 2,500 years ago, right? And just people really, you know,
Yeah.
preventative and holistic healing, holistic self care. It just part of living.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're bringing these concepts. Yeah, because I mean, Canada, I don't even know. I think it's around 160 years old. I could be totally off, but it's such a new country, right? And we are very multicultural. And I think it's beautiful that we can experience like, ancient wisdom essentially is what you're bringing here. Is like imagine that you actually invest in yourself and you can be a better person, or like you can feel better about yourself or others, right? Or like share that love. So so you have this really amazing mission to, spread this like beautiful creation of community that you're working on. So tell us a little bit about what that looks like for the future, because right now as it stands, you're currently only in Vancouver, correct?
Yes, we only in Vancouver. We have 7 corporate locations that I run for 20 years. When I go back in 2005, when I open it, and then people coming into a store like, wow, this is amazing experience. Nita, we want more of this. We want more of it. I keep hearing so often. And then after that, okay, I should open more of it, right? And then we'll go to different community, exactly the same thing. People, we want more of this. I just hear so often, okay, and now, you know what? I listen. Actually, yes, we want more of this. People want it. And then it's imagine if we can spread the Thai spice of wellness. Every community, people can have experience on this. People can have the journey, and that people can implementing into the part of daily life or weekly, become of the self-care routine. We're going to create a better space everywhere we go, and also every community we go, we very involved with community, because where I grow up is community is the center of the heart, and we were involved with community. We hire more women, we build more leader as well. We rise a lot of people up in the community. Actually, what I bring in a lot of value to the community, to many people, right? To bring in the revenue to the country to right, to generate that as well. And I said, like, this is a good purpose for me to do. That's why I decided to expand into franchising, that I can offer this opportunity for others as well, not just only offering a good product, health and wellness, for people is one of the best product, I believe, so why not? And then, well, if I can offer the opportunity, because I run my business for 20 years, I go up and down to different things. I can pass this knowledge to people as well, and give people the opportunity of the financial freedom, plus do something good for the community as well. Like now we also do something for the planet as well. Every massage we planting in one tree for every massage, and clean the ocean with planting kelp as well.
So your vision and your mission, it's not only just centered around building community, creating more better people, better humans. It's also around, kind of replenishing nature and helping to heal nature as well.
I love nature. When I grow up, that's it. I have barefoot. I hike on the mountain. I be outside all the time. I did not go to school. I'm just going. My nature is my school, and then that is part of me. That if everybody put little in to each, we can maintain our nature and healthy earth. For our next generation. I believe in that, and even what we did in the spa. Of course, my goal is to plant a lot of tree. Right, we eventually will hit many million tree, right? And right now we grow in BC and some in the other side of the world as well.
Wow.
And that is it. Just my dream. And the next thing that I want to do is to support women in the dream. That anyone who have ambition and have a big dream doesn't have support, and I want to bring that in as well to help women to rise.
Yeah, to empower women. And because essentially that was you, right? Like you started with $1,000 and now you've grown this really successful brand just from $1,000. And it just kind of shows people that anything is possible if you set your mind to it. And it's beautiful that you want to empower women. And so basically anybody that's interested in the possibility of expanding this concept of community, of health and wellness into their own communities can do that. They can reach out to you, and I will link up all of your website, all of your contact information in our show notes so that people can reach out if they want to franchise. Like, you have a very successful brand. It's very important for people to realize that, and you're also carrying on a seed, a mission that comes from really beautiful intention and beautiful roots with it's all heart. And I feel like that's something that's so important when you're thinking about carrying on a brand or a mission, that you need to feel aligned with that as well. So beautiful. So is there anything else that you want to share with anybody, like some last words about, self-love, self-care, before we finish up today?
Yeah, for me, message for me to everyone who listen to this is just believe in yourself, even no one believe in you, and everything is possible. You can do anything when you put your mind and heart into it.
It's so true, and I think I actually needed to hear that today. So thank you so much, Nita, for your beautiful soul and for your inspiration.
Thank you for having me. I'm very enjoyed to be here.
And that concludes another episode of Redefining Love. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. I know this one was very close to my heart, reminding me that the whole universe is conspiring to support us when we believe so deeply in what it is that we want in our life and what we want to create. If you feel like there's somebody in your life who could benefit from this episode, please feel free to share it with them. Send them the link. Tell them that this episode is going to support them. It only helps me to get these podcasts out to people to really solidify that love is an inside job. So thank you again for being here with me this week. Please take a moment to comment or like this episode, and I will talk to you guys next week.